What is up, everybody, and welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, and this is the Arkham Knight. We'll start by getting a closer look at packaging. You have your standard DC Multiverse packaging. DC Multiverse on top here, Arkham Knight on the side. On this side we have the Arkham Knight, Batman Arkham Knight. This one is actually based off the Batman Arkham Knight video game, if you guys are unfamiliar. To be completely honest, I still haven't finished it. I know, it's been out for a long time. Maybe one of these days. On the top of the package, nothing. On the top of the package, barcode and all that juicy stuff. On the bottom, that wraps up packaging, everybody. We'll be right back with the Arkham Knight outside of the package to get a closer look. Alright, everybody, we are back and we have the Arkham Knight outside of the package. So for accessories, he has one of these black DC Multiverse bases. Nice and plain, but does the job. I like it. He has his trading card as well, which is the exact same image on the back. There's a quick little read up here if you guys want to pause and give it a quick read. Also for accessories, he has this grapnel gun. Bit of detail on that one. Looks pretty good. And he has two of these kind of grenades or smoke bombs or whatever you want to call it here. Like I previously mentioned, I never finished the game yet, so I'm not quite sure what weapons this guy actually carries around. Wraps up accessories. Let's get a closer look at the Arkham Knight. There is a fair bit of detail on this one. There's lots of paint, silver paint on it, dry brushed on to give it battle damage. I like the overall appearance of the eyes. Tons of detail in this one all over. Everything that is painted nicely. There is not a whole lot of paint on it, but like I said, whatever is painted nicely. Another fantastic looking figure by McFarlane, in my opinion. I am not sure if it's 100% accurate to the game. I should have definitely looked up a few pictures before I started doing the review. There is a little bit of glossy paint in certain areas. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, it kind of throws off the overall appearance a little bit, but not too bad, I guess. I do like how they mixed up the black, and there's almost like a dark gray or a gunmetal type appearance. I like it. We have some straps and all that stuff there. Some pockets, pouches, two more grenades right here. Lots of texturing into the pants, and like I said, it carries on down to his armor. On his shins, his knees, and a little bit of battle damage on that too. This is a nice soft plastic. Same thing with his shoulder armor. Very soft plastic, doesn't restrict articulation at all. And the only thing I don't really like about this one so far is this McFarlane ratchet joint. I know with some of the newer ones he's kind of gotten away from that, so this one was actually released in 2022 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, tons of detail, very cool looking Arkham Knight figure. Let's go over articulation. So for his head, it goes back this far, forward this far. We do get a little bit of side to side, full rotation all the way around. For his shoulders, it do come up this far. There is a butterfly joint there that goes forward this far, back this far. So you get a little bit of range of motion out of that. There's a rotation at the base if you guys want it. There's a bicep swivel, and you have double jointed pin arms, which you get a fantastic range of motion out of that. Not a bad looking joint at all. I like it. And for his body, we have the double ball joint, which is pretty standard with these McFarlanes. So this first one goes back this far, forward this far. You do get some side to side, full rotation all the way around. The bottom one goes back this far, forward this far. So a little bit restricted going back, but you do get a little bit of range of motion going forward. And there's a full rotation on that one as well. So both of them combined goes back this far, forward this far, to the side this far, to the side this far. Legs come out to pretty much a complete split. It is a tad bit restricted by the classic McFarlane diaper. One thing to be mindful when you are posing this one around, this piece here is actually attached to his leg. So I mean, be very careful, it will snap. But you do get a fair amount of articulation out of it without putting any kind of pressure on this strap here. So figured I'd give you guys the heads up. For a high kick, I'm actually going to use this side. His leg goes forward this far, back this far. You can get a full rotation if you want it. I'm not going to do it right now. There's double jointed knees, which go back this far. And for his ankles, you have that classic ratchet joint from McFarlane's, which goes back this far, forward this far. And you do have a rocker that goes all the way around. And you do have a toe hinge. The articulation is not extraordinary by any means, but it's pretty average for a standard 7-inch McFarlane. So if you want to pop some accessories in his hand, you can pop this grapnel gun in. It goes in either hand. and you can pretty much pop one of these smoke bombs or grenades or whatever you want to call it into his hand as well. There's a little plastic clip that kind of goes down over his fingers. So yeah, here's Arkham Knight all decked out with his grapnel gun and his smoke grenade, bomb, whatever you want to call it. Not sure if I mentioned already, but these ratchet joints are pretty loose. He will stand up perfectly fine without a base. Just to do a few side-by-side comparisons, here we have him next to Robert Pattinson's The Batman. And over on the side here, we have him next to The Dark Knight Returns Batman. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with the channel, this is one of my favorite versions of Batman. I don't know what it is, man. I've always been drawn to it. I just love it. But we can see that Arkham Knight is a tad bit taller than The Batman, and actually a great deal taller than The Dark Knight Returns version of Batman. And over on the side here, we have a Marvel Legend, which is a 6-inch scale. So obviously, you know, McFarlane's going to be a tad bit bigger anyways. But I just want to do a comparison to a 6-inch line. Alright, overall, I'm going to give this guy an 8 out of 10. I love all the detail, all the texturing into the overall sculpt. The mold is fantastic. I think McFarlane did a pretty decent job with this one. I love in the eyes. Whatever's painted on this one is painted nice and clean. I do like the silver dry brushing on his armor to just give it a little bit of battle damage, and it's a perfect amount, man. There's tons of texturing into the overall appearance of his suit, into his armor. I think this one looks fantastic. Like I previously mentioned, look at all the detail in the back here. This one looks great. Plus, the articulation on this one is pretty decent as well. So it's not a bad McFarlane figure at all. It's not a bad figure overall. As always, my friends, let me know in the comments below what do you think of this figure. What do you think of our score of 8 out of 10? And let us know what you think of our review. As always, my friends, don't forget, hit that like button and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. We hope you enjoyed this review and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys.